What are the benefits of the IYER program? The IYER program works by safely stretching your muscles, thus helping you release the lactic acid buildup that usually causes stiffness, tension, or pain. Also, stretching increases the range of motion in joints. This not only provides lubrication in the joints, but also provides ease and fluidity throughout the body.
Before I met Sundar, to me, yoga was just stretching and chanting, and I didn't know what it was. I just only saw pictures of it. But then, once we had Sundar's class, we learned that it took a lot of strength, it took a lot of concentration, and it took a lot of balance.
As the classes progress, you will be introduced to poses that tone and strengthen your upper body and lower back. Many of the poses you learn, like the tiger, the downward and the upward dog, etc., help in building endurance of the upper body and lower back muscles. The boat pose and variations that come much later during the program help in strengthening your core and deep abdominal muscles.
I look at Sundar's classes as being more of a well-rounded class. It applied strength building techniques. It allowed me to learn how to focus in on my breathing.
Poor posture is mainly due to decrease in flexibility and strength. With the practice of the snake pose, the locust poses, the sitting warrior or vajrasana, and the twists, the spine is toned and strengthened, thus helping you to sit or stand tall naturally. Also, with increased body awareness, you are always aware of your body language, and an internal communication is easily established. This helps you to stay in control all the time.
Speaking from my age, I found a number of exercises very difficult for me to do. But with Sundar's gentle coaching, they became increasingly easy to do, and I found that my body image changed completely. I was able to carry myself completely different than I had before, and Sundar brought about a great sense of accomplishment in being able to overcome the thought of I can't do this, to I look back and say, what have I done? In a good sense, in that I was able to accomplish something I didn't think I could accomplish before.
One of the cornerstone requirements in a yoga practice is deep, mindful breathing. Apart from helping with increase in the lung capacity, deepening and lengthening your breath stimulates the relaxation response in the brain as opposed to the flight or fight stress response.
I think Sundar's guided relaxation technique was pretty much kind of the icing on the cake for me. When I first encountered the class, I was really actively enjoying the physical activity of the class, and then the very, very end of the class, when we started our breathing techniques and we started the relaxation technique, I found it to be at the best time for me. It was at the end of the day. It brought me back to center.
Breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. Yoga exploits this awareness and uses it to the maximum benefit. In a typical IYER class, even when one is engaged in doing a physical pose, one is asked to focus on his or her breath constantly. This constant integration between the body and the breath has a wonderful calming effect on the mind.
I really had a good time. It was great. It was inspirational. And I think that a lot of us, we run around so much and we work and we're always thinking about how to do this and how to do that. I think very few of us take the time to really recharge our batteries and recharge our bodies and our minds and our spirits. So this is, I think, is very good. I think it would be good for young people of all ages. And I had a great time, and I would like to see some more of this.
Due to the fact that deep breathing, along with yoga poses, boosts the supply of oxygen to the brain, yoga helps in keeping depression at bay. Practicing yoga as a preventive routine will go a long way in helping to keep the mind focused, calm, determined. When one practices the IYER program with an interest to adopt a more holistic approach to life in general, then qualities such as discipline, determination, and clarity of vision, all these come naturally. When you practice integrated yoga regularly, then nothing in life gets to you. You learn the art of self-mastery and feel empowered at all times. In my very first class, I describe yoga as an inward journey, a journey of increasing awareness of who you are. This begins with an awareness of your body, then your breath, with the practice of breathing exercises and slowly establishing yourself in the harmony between the body and the breath. You enter the realms of your mind and become increasingly aware of your thoughts, the speed at which they fire, their nature, their motives. This increased awareness and internal communication helps you better understand why or how you react or respond to situations, people, and circumstances.
Sunder's approach is so much more motivating and energetic and real than other yoga classes. He focuses on your physical health, but he has an underlying message of the importance of your breathing and balance and even like inner harmony with yourself and the universe.
Traditional yoga refers to your inner core as the spirit. The word spirit has always referred to something religious, but in yoga, the term spirit is used to refer to your inner core, the one you really are. Traditional yoga, and I rely on its teachings almost entirely, has always been practiced as a means to create a pathway to this inner consciousness. Once you begin to create these pathways, you begin to taste peace, everlasting peace, unshakable peace.
I've learned yoga from different teachers. What I like best from Sundar's methods is that he strips off the religion part from yoga.
Sundar's approach appeals to me because he didn't go into what I would consider the hokey aspects of yoga. There wasn't any chanting, there wasn't a lot of meditation, although there was calming and becoming aware of your breathing techniques and things like that. If he was really introducing those principles, he was doing it on a very scientific basis, as opposed to just some mystical thing.
We all have one sovereign drive: self-actualization. Self-actualization refers to fulfilling one's inner potential. It is a quest to be the best you can possibly be and doing whatever it takes to sustain that for life. One of the fundamental objectives of yoga is to first make you aware of this inner potential and then help you exploit this potential to the fullest. Integrated yoga, or IYER, does not define what your inner potential is. That's why the reference to this as the spirit. We leave it there as an abstract concept because you define it individually. That's your inner core. If there is a hypothesis that my style of yoga starts with, then it's simply this: your inner potential is infinite. Limitations cast upon this vastness are by your thoughts and nothing else. In practicing mindfulness during a IYER class, in bringing about a harmony between the body, the breath, and the mind, one begins to become aware of this potential, this consciousness, this presence. the presence of the infinite potential in the form of your spirit, the real you. Once you become aware of this inner presence, then nothing can stop you from achieving or being anybody you want to be.